All right. Hello, everybody. Have you ever wondered how the art of public speaking can skyrocket your business, your sales, and your reputation? Then you are at the right place because today we reveal the secrets. So, hello, everybody who's joining from the world, all over the world. Please say something in the chat where you're joining us. Would be great. And in the meantime, I want to introduce myself. My name is Danja Bauer. I'm originally from the capital of music, Vienna, and I live on the sunny island, Cyprus. I am a professional singer, moderator, and public speaking trainer. And in my opinion, speeches and talks can sound like music. So this is my mission, speak like music. We need more soul, we need more rhythm in presentations, more heart. And I help entrepreneurs and sales managers to really rock their presentations so that they're convinced, that they excite and leave an impact. So let's now turn the spot on to my special guest today. So we have a wonderful lady from Virginia, United States. She has been a mortgage officer for 35 years. She is a mentor who really helps entrepreneurs to skyrocket their teams. And she is a best-selling author, a podcast host, and an incredible speaker. She has shared the stages with Tony Robbins, on Les Brown, and many more. So let's welcome with a big applause, Lady Jen Du Plessis.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Wonderful. Hi, Jen. So we have Lori Craver joining us from Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the northern center of the US. Hello, Lori. Then we have Daryl Stearns joining us, acting and theater and passion make your public speaking. Wonderful that you join us live here on LinkedIn. Now we see it's already working as well. That's great. So Jen, you are really a magnetic shining star on stage. You can see it already. Oh, she left us somehow. We will wait for her again. So in the meantime, let us know where you're joining us. Where do you come from? And I will let Lady Jen in. Hello again, Jen. Hello.
Hopefully that's not going to happen a lot. We'll see.
Oh, no, we are waiting for you. Everything is fine. Even when we have technical challenges, is everything okay? At least we can, communicate all over the world with each other. All right, Jen, you really shine on stage. So let us know, you are a speaker for a long time. Where do you speak and where do you sprinkle your magic on stage?
Where? All the places? Is that what your question is? Where all the places? Because there's so many different places.
Where do you speak? Which stages do you speak?
Yeah, I speak. I've spoken all over. Well, I shouldn't say all over the world. I've spoken internationally. Here from the United States internationally. And I'm going to Africa in February. I've spoken in Acapulco, Mexico. I've spoken in the Bahamas. I've spoken in Canada. So that's my international, and London as well. And but most of my speaking has been in the US, and I'm really blessed because I have not had to apply for a single speaking opportunity yet. I've had to fill out information. You know how we do that. We have to fill out information, but I've not actually had to apply for a speaking event in my career. It's just been word of mouth and grassroots. As I speak at one event, it just blossoms into other opportunities.
That's so wonderful to hear, because nowadays speakers are invited to pay when they want to speak on stage. So it's incredible that it works for you. So what is the topic you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I wanted to just correct something. I'm not a mortgage lender. I've not been a mortgage lender for 5 years. I was in that business for 35 years, but so I'm not speaking about mortgage lending unless I'm on a stage with mortgage lenders, but I don't talk about mortgages. So what I really love to talk about is helping people scale their businesses. So my avatar is a business owner or a entrepreneur or a team leader, a corporation where their top level income is pretty high. They've already grown their business, but they've capped their business because of the issues that they have in being able to scale by hiring a world-class team. And I found that so many people just through attrition become managers and owners of businesses, but they don't have the skill set to have the retention and to really utilize the team in a way that helps scale the business, particularly for the entrepreneur, so that they can stop working in and on their business and begin living above and beyond their practice and maybe expand to different businesses. So that little niche right in there where someone's really successful, but they can't break through that glass ceiling and they can't figure out how to scale. And I come in and I help solve all the problems, mindset and mechanical.
Yeah. Wonderful. So Jen, you definitely have some secrets about public speaking. So let's reveal those. So what are maybe your 3 top public speaking secrets, what you want to share with us?
Okay, well, I don't know if I have 3, but I definitely have 1, and for me, it's the leading thing. So for me, I have this, without going into a ton of detail about disc profiling. That's part of what I do when I'm mentoring people. But I have a very outgoing personality. Ironically, I'm very introverted. I'm a very quiet person when I'm not in front of a bunch of people. I'm not afraid to be in front of people because I love people. But I think we do so much of that when I get my downtime, I just want to be quiet. But I remember this one time, I'm going to tell you a story. I was ready to speak on stage, had my presentation all ready to go. We were testing everything, all excited. And this guy walks up to the stage as we're doing this. And he comes up and he goes, "Hey, Jen, I want to introduce myself. My name is Dennis Wheatley." And I said, "Oh, hi." And then I went, "Wait, Dennis Wheatley, wait. And I realized that he was the part owner of a company that I had got my name on the list of. It's a speaker agency. Now, they never booked me anything, but my name was on the list, right? And I went, "Oh my gosh, he's here. He's going to watch me. He's going to see what I'm doing." Right. And because he was there, when I started my speech, it was just mechanical. I was like, "Hello, welcome." He's listening, he's watching. My name is Jen. Hi. And I became this robot, and it was awful. And I snapped out of it, thank God, very, very quickly. And I said, "Okay, let me do a redo. Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here today. My goal is to provide you with as much value as I possibly can in the time we have together. Does that sound good to everybody? Raise your hand, say yes, great." And so I went into my spiel, and I have never, ever cared who was in the audience since. I've had President George W. Bush. I've had major celebrities, and I don't care. And so the one thing I would say is you have to be you. I don't like this word authentic. It's so overused. Just be you. My personality is fun loving. I make mistakes. I'm chaos sometimes, but I'm really smart. And they will learn that through all of that. And I don't try to cover and covet anything and try to be somebody different because it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I understand you very much. I use the word authenticity because, in my opinion, authenticity is the new perfect. And when we try to be perfect, then it's imperfect, let's say like this, yeah. And I understand you. So be real, be you, and wow, you don't care whoever is sitting in the audience. Wow, to stay how you are.
Have
Great.
fun.
So this is
Have
your
fun.
secret.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Is there anything else? You once said you're a very charismatic speaker, in my opinion. So what is the secret behind this?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Yes,
I
in
didn't
my
hear your
opinion,
question,
you
Danja.
are very charismatic as well. Is what is the secret
Yeah.
behind your charisma?
Again, in business, I will tell you that in business, I mean, I don't want this to come off like, bold, but I'm very, very intelligent. I have a high level of intellect. I'm very book smart. I'm very smart, but my personality doesn't align with that, right? And I thought I was going to be a person that was going to, I was studying to be a cardiologist, and I ended up being an engineer and an architect. That's why I'm the scaling architect. So I have that kind of mindset that can be very boring. It could be really boring, and it bores me. So I think my personality just started revealing itself and saying, I want more in life. I want more in life than just being studious. And so my father was very studious, my mom was very fun loving, and I have a combination of both. And I don't know where this charisma comes from, other than it's a combination of both. She was very people oriented, and he was very studious. And I love both sides, but um, in business, I am serious about business, but I don't take myself seriously. I have fun doing what I do. And I think that is what exudes on stage. I just have fun speaking to people. I have fun. It's not about me I said speaking to people, but it's not really me speaking to people. It's having fun.
Having fun is good. She certainly will come back. So what I want to say is what Lady Jen is talking about. So she has the power. She studied, and she's also this fun-loving person. So hi, Jen, back again. I really want to tell you, maybe it's because of this mixture you have. You studied, you are very intelligent, so this is the power you have. And you also have the sympathy, the empathy, and this is the mixture which makes you charismatic. Yeah, wonderful. So let's dive into, because we said use the art of public speaking to really skyrocket your business, your sales, and reputation. So how did public speaking give you the wings for your business? Was there a certain moment maybe where you said, okay, now this speaking or this speech really helped me in my business, in gaining clients? She's always losing connection. She told me before, but she's certainly coming back. Let's stay calm. This is what you can do when you have technical challenges. Stay calm. In the meantime, please write into the chat. Maybe you have some questions for Jen and me. All right, she's coming back. Yoo-hoo.
I heard the question. I'm so sorry. It's just going to be that way. And it's going to be one of the biggest edited or non-edited. But listen, you all hang in with us. I promise it's all going to be great information if I can just stay online long enough today. I don't know what's happening. Yes, I heard your question, so that's good. So here, let me tell you what happened. So when I was in mortgage lending, um, I have a whole story that I tell. I'm not going to tell all of it, but when I was in mortgage lending, I accelerated up into the top 200 loan officers in the country. And at that time, there were 785,000 loan officers, licensed loan officers in the United States. And I was in the top 200. And I was in there, and as a woman too, which is tough. So what happened is people started calling me and started saying, "Hey, how'd you do it? Can we get your secret sauce? Would you come and talk to our team? Would you coach me? Would you this?" All of this started happening. And I was then split with my time because, oh, they needed me. And because I want to give. And I was split with my time and I kept always going, yeah, sure, I'll give you my time. I'll help you. I'll talk to you. Well, then it became a situation where I needed to find another mechanism in order to be able to share my story. And at that time, I had heard of something called a podcast. And I said, hey, maybe I'll check this out. And so, for those of you who don't know, podcasting has only been around for 13 years. January 1st of 2024, I will be podcasting for 12 years. So I'm a huge veteran in this industry. I have 2 podcasts, and one's been running for 12 years. And I thought, well, that's how I'll answer their questions. I'll just put out this podcast. So I did a monologue podcast, and I would just answer questions. Well, then that led into, hey, can you speak at our sales rally? Hey, could you speak at our event? And that's really what made it start going. And then I got more coaching clients. And then pretty soon I was standing on 2 boats and I had to make it, I was exhausted and I had to make a decision. I'm either going to do mortgages forever, which I knew I didn't want to do. I already had a plan for exiting, or I'm going to do this. And so I ended up saying goodbye to mortgages. And then the rest is just history now.
So wonderful. So to resume, the podcast helped you to skyrocket your business and gain clients, and not really the going onto the real stage. It's your podcast. Wonderful. So maybe
that was my podcast that then took me to stages.
Right. Okay. And okay, so your podcast really skyrocketed your stage times as well. So is there any stage time or event where you said, okay, here I spoke and I gained many clients, or it really took my business on the next level? Is there any event?
Oh, that actually catapulted it. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would definitely say it did, at least in the mortgage space. I was asked to speak at an event called Mortgage Mastermind in Las Vegas. It's an annual event. And that's when I shared the stage with George W. Bush. That's where I shared the stage with Tony Robbins and Darren Hardy and Magic Johnson. And I was one of the other keynote speakers there. And that was, at least for me, that's where I felt like I had arrived. Now I could say that I had been on the same stage. I sat on a panel with George W. Bush for leadership. And I thought, wow, I've arrived, right? So yeah, and of course, when clients see that, they're drawn to, and I'm all about client attraction, not chasing. And so when the clients saw that, they said, they started calling me instead of me calling them. So I would say that one catapulted my practice. Recently, I was on the stage with Tim Tebow down in Florida at the Florida Realtors Association. There were 5,000 attendees, and I think that was a big thing for me. But I belong to an organization called Secret Knock. It's very, very select. It's very few. It's invite only. And I finally made it to the main stage this past year there, and it has changed quite a bit of my business. It's allowed for me to have more joint ventures that I didn't have before, even though I've been attending for years. The joint ventures are actually bringing in money, whereas before they were all chit chat about it. So that's made a big difference in my business too.
Wow, that sounds great. So really, speaking is helping your business and your reputation as well. Wonderful. So is there any question from our guests? Then please write it into the chat, because certainly Jen is happy to answer your questions as well. Use your time as well to ask a question. So Jen, another maybe also final question what I have for you. We lack of female speakers on stage. And what do you think? How can women step into the spotlight, into the speaking spotlight more with more confidence? Do you have any tips?
Yeah, I just want us to remember, for those who are women and listen, for us to remember, well, I'm going to give some counsel, is that we don't need to be men. So often, I think the barrier to entry on stage for women is women trying to be men and bringing the masculine energy and the verbiage that men use and the sales tactics that men use. And I think it's important for us to bring what we want. And if you want to have fun on stage, bring what you want to have fun with. If you want to make a joke about making an offer, make a joke about making an offer. I've been trained by men speaking coaches for so many years, and nothing has panned out in a positive. There've been pieces of what they've taught, but there's nothing that I've actually used in its entirety. Even though I spent $15,000 for one day private speaking session with somebody, I used pieces of what he taught me. I've looked at and watched women on stages and seen the patterns that they've used that are just like the men that taught me. And then I looked at women on stage that don't use all of the patterns, and I'm more attracted to working with them than I am with the others. And there are very specific women, very, very powerful women that we all know, that I can't stand. I can't stand. I don't like their male energy. They're pushy. They're this, that, and the other. They use cuss words when they're on stage. And I would say, be a woman, walk on a stage, be a woman. You don't have to wear a pantsuit to be a man. You can wear a dress. I've never worn pants to speak on a stage. I am a woman, and I've always worn dresses anyway. And I make fun of myself when I'm on stage. I'm like, hey, I've got these really high heels on. Do you guys like them? Right. And I just say the way to get on a stage as a woman is to be a woman, but a woman that has depth in knowledge and expertise of what you're speaking. And no one can pull the wool over you. Don't show up with a pink velvet pantsuit and dangly earrings down to here and platform whatevers, and then have no meat behind you. You have to have the expertise.
Okay, I understand. So you spoke about the female power on stage. What do you think is the female power that we really should emphasize as women?
Yeah, it's just, I would say it's acknowledging, right? It's acknowledging our weaknesses, acknowledging that we understand and have empathy. Again, I see people on stage saying, the first three questions, right, that most people get on stage is trying to get a yes, right? They go, how many of you want to make money? How many of you this? How many of that? And say, I just think it's all bull, right? It's just, look, let's get down to point. I'm excited to be here today. I always say look, I'm excited to be here today. I cannot wait to provide you as much value as I possibly can in the time we're together. So would it be okay if I get started? Because I know everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to know the magic bullet, and everybody wants to know, how do we get it done? So can I just start with that? Everybody's like, yeah. Because that's what women know. We already know this. So I don't have to go through this game. And so it's use the empathic powers that we have, use your intuition, be feminine, be playful. It's not humor, it's not jokes. It's be playful, but make sure you know your stuff. Make sure your stuff is just so compelling that people can't say no.
Wow, wonderful secrets. Let's use our female power, ladies, to really step up on stage with confidence. So Jen, do you have any message at the end of our talk that you want to give away?
Yeah, I mean, I have lots of lots of things that I love to say, but since it's gone down this path, let me give you a quote that my mom always said. She said this: "We flatter those we scarcely know. We please the fleeting guests, but we deal many a thoughtless blow to those we love the best, including ourselves." And I would say, don't please everybody, don't flatter everybody, right? And then blow back at your family and blow back at yourself and say, I messed up and I can't, perfection is the thief of profit, right? Perfection is the thief of your profits. If you're trying to be perfect, just understand that, hey, look, I don't have to flatter everybody. I don't have to please everybody else. But what I have to do is I have to be really good to myself. And if it feels right intuitively, if it looks right intuitively, then take that leap of faith. Right? Don't deal these thoughtless blows to ourselves. Don't come down on yourself. Just take the leap of faith and continue to move forward. Don't lean back, lean in to everything that you're doing, and the world and the universe, if that's what you want to call it. Like for me, it's God, right? It's Jesus or me. God will repay you. Just take the action that is required to get what you want in life, to chase your dreams, not my dreams, not what you think my dreams are, not what my goals are. They are not your dreams, they're not your goals, they're mine. Define your own dreams and goals and definition of success.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful statement, how we wrapped up our wonderful dialogue. So, Jen, I really can thank you very much for this wonderful conversation, for all your top secrets to skyrocket your speaking and your business sales and your reputation. So thank you very much, and let's speak up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want you to know, I really appreciate the time, and thank you for your tolerance of my technical issues today.
Everything fine. We all know this. And you were also very much patient. Thank you very much for this dialogue. It was a wonderful conversation.